Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
It is National Lutheran Schools Week, and we packed the studio with the wonderful warm smiles of students from Lutheran schools all around the St. Louis metro area. Mm-hmm. And it is a great week because they're also sharing their talents with us in chapel here at the International Center. So hopefully you're listening not only to the Coffee Hour each day, but also catching chapel, where wonderful, beautiful music from very talented students, not just singers, but all kinds of musicians.
There were strings today, and
by today we actually mean yesterday, because this is a recorded segment. In full disclosure, in order to get some quality time with the students to share their stories with you, we get to visit with them after chapel, and hopefully after they've had a little snack too, or a little time to see the International Center here as well. So today we are talking with students and faculty from St. Paul Lutheran School in Hamel, Illinois. It is just a delight to have you here. Good morning, St. Paul.
Good morning.
Wow.
That was wonderful.
It's like they practiced that.
Chipper. We're not that chipper.
Well, it is just a delight to have you all here. I'd love to introduce everybody in the group. We have students. We have Eva Maria. Good morning, Eva Maria.
Good morning.
And also we have Alayna. Good morning, Alayna.
Good morning.
And Johnny. Thank you so much for being here, Johnny.
Good morning.
And also with us, principal of St. Paul Lutheran School, we have Mrs. Kate Thoelke. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
And Pastor Ball is with us this morning as well. Good morning, Pastor Ball.
Great to be here. Thank you.
So, and this is just a small picture of the family of St. Paul that has joined us here. We have a number of students that were sharing music in chapel today, but we get to dig in and ask some really probing questions of the students of St. Paul Lutheran School.
As we do.
Eva Maria, tell us, why did your family choose this school? Why did they choose St. Paul for you?
We used to homeschool, but they chose this school because it was a classical Lutheran school, and it offered things like the music that Mom knew she couldn't give us by herself, and she felt this was the next level for our education.
Johnny, what about you?
Well, my mother picked this school for me because I get to learn about Jesus, and everybody in my family loves to learn about Jesus, so my mother really wanted this for me, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, that's a pretty good reason. Yeah.
The number one reason. Right?
Yeah, hopefully. Alayna, what about you?
Well, I think my parents chose it for me because it's a classical school, and Mom has Lucia and Isaiah, and she really needed somewhere for us to go while she was taking care of them. So, and we knew the principal pretty well, and we knew the pastors here because for the balls we would play with them after the musical rehearsals at Metro East Lutheran High School. So we knew most of them pretty well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have a favorite subject?
My favorite subject is math.
Math, yes. Johnny, what about you? Do you have a favorite subject?
History. The reason why it's history is because I get to learn about the Dark Ages and everything in the past. It's fun to look at the past.
I am also a fellow history buff. Awesome.
I love it when a student from grade 2 says he loves history because he gets to learn about the Dark Ages.
I mean, the Dark Ages are pretty cool. I would agree.
Eva Maria, what's your favorite subject?
I like the Latin because I like learning languages, and it was a little bit harder than the stuff we had been doing, and I like a challenge.
How many languages do you know?
I'm fluent in English. I was learning Chinese, and I'm learning Latin.
Nice. It's more than I know.
So learning Latin, which will certainly open the door to learning so many more things, right?
Right.
Yeah, the foundation for so many other languages, sciences, art, so many things that you'll be able to do with Latin. So what have you learned most recently in Latin that you think would be valuable for the rest of us to know?
Well, the case endings show the they show the gender of the word, and then it also helps you when you're translating. And then many English and Spanish and French words are derivatives of Latin, and their roots are Latin words.
Yeah.
So, do you have an interest in learning other languages after studying Latin for a while?
Yes.
What? Any specific?
I want to learn French, Hebrew, Greek.
Just a few.
The good ones.
Just a few languages. Let's see. Alayna, what did you say your favorite subject was?
Math.
Who's your teacher for math?
My teacher is Mrs. Schmidt, who's about to be Mrs. Zeroth.
Oh.
Ah.
I really like her being my teacher because she explains everything really, really well.
What are you learning in math right now?
We learned about polygons and which ones are polygons and which ones aren't. We learned how to multiply 3 numbers.
Fascinating. Great. And Johnny, I forgot to ask you more about the Dark Ages and history. What you love, what you've learned most recently in history that you found interesting.
Probably about how all the Americans became Americans. It was just a clump of people trying to get free from one of those countries or continent, I forgot. And I thought that was pretty interesting to learn about.
Very good. So when do you learn about Jesus in your day at school? Eva Maria, let's start there.
Every day we have chapel, and then 4 times a week we have religion classes, or we have classes with Pastor Gleason or Pastor Ball, and so we learn about Jesus almost every single day of the week.
Very cool. Johnny, what about you?
Well, like Eva Maria said, we have chapel every single day, and then for my class we have timeline also every single day. We have I forgot what it's called. Oh yeah, catechism
Oh, yes.
on Wednesdays after music,
Mm-hmm.
and we also Dr. Muth really loves art and music, and we always have a prayer at music time and art time.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And I'm pretty sure that's it.
Alayna, what about you?
Well, on Mondays, then we have Pastor Gleason who comes in and teaches us, and we study the book of Acts. Last year we studied the book of Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Tuesdays we have religion. Tuesdays and Thursdays we have a religion with Mystic Earth. And then Wednesdays we have a religion with catechism with Pastor Ball, where we have our small catechism and our Bible and a couple of questions. And then on Friday we have a hymn sing, and every day we've got chapel.
Hymn sing. I wrote down hymns, ! Because I know you guys have a hymn sing. Do you like having being able to sing hymns on Fridays?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite hymn?
I think it's 878, Abide With Me.
Oh, that is a good one. Yeah. Johnny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
I know I don't have the talking, but I just want to know who gets to pick the hymns that the hymns sing. This is like
This
pressing.
is big news
Yes.
for us.
Who gets to pick the hymns?
Well, Mrs. Thoelke sometimes has a basket with all the names in there, or she just has a piece of paper by birth date, and she says somebody's name, then they get to choose, and then she crosses them out, and then we keep going.
So nobody has to fight over hymns, because I can imagine there would be some fights about what you would have to sing. I would probably fight about what to sing. Johnny, do you have a favorite hymn?
Yes, actually, it is 357, O Come, Emmanuel, stanza 7.
Ah, a favorite stanza of a hymn. Nice. Eva Maria, do you have a favorite hymn?
I like O God, O Lord of Heaven and Earth. That's number 834.
Another great one.
Alayna, do you have a favorite hymn?
Yeah.
What
It's
was
Abide
it?
With Me.
Abide with. Oh, did we already say that?
Yeah,
I'm
you were distracted
sorry.
by thinking about
I
who
wanted
gets
to know.
to pick the hymns.
All right, Mrs.
It's
Thoelke,
fine.
what's your favorite hymn?
Probably From Heaven Above to Earth I Come, stanza 3. No, 13.
So we've got the seasons covered here,
This is
Advent
great.
and Christmas. Now, are y'all like me that you could sing those any time of year?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Pastor Ball, what's your favorite hymn?
You know, it's probably easier for me to pick the ones that I don't like in the hymnal.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
But I think my favorite hymn is probably, well, let's see. I'm trying to think.
We can have a whole segment on
Yeah, that's
Pastor
the
Ball's
thing.
favorite hymns.
Pastor Ball's favorite hymns, because it really changes. I think
It changes.
well,
Mine does too.
It's only like based on the season of the church year, like we're
Yeah.
singing right now,
That's
But I
fair.
guess I'll just say, just because we sang it on Sunday, let all mortal flesh keep silence. I'll say
that is also a good
because we
one.
sang it Sunday.
What, Mrs. Thoelke, why do you love teaching at St. Paul and being principal at St. Paul Lutheran School?
Also a hard question.
Also, only like 2 minutes left, but I know you have 3 hours worth to share with us.
Well, every morning it is such a joy to walk into the classrooms and see the students. It is my great joy and pleasure to be their teacher. I tell them every morning, and especially Mondays, that I'm so excited it's Monday because we get to be together all week. So it is a great joy to be with the students, and our families are just super supportive. We have a church that supports our school immensely and fully, financially and prayerfully.
Pastor Ball, how have you seen a Lutheran school like St. Paul make a difference for a student or for a whole family?
I think there's a couple different ways to answer that question. First, I'd say our goal is to prepare these children for everlasting life, but also life in this world, and we want them to be Lutherans. We're not just a Christian school. We want them to be Lutherans and confessing Lutherans, confessing the faith of the Scriptures and confessing it as they learn to come to know it in the small catechism. We want that to be their whole life and, of course, their life into life everlasting. So I think of someone like Alayna, in her life. She came to our church, and she is thoroughly a Lutheran, I think, aren't you, Alayna? Yeah, she is.
I'm getting confirmed. So.
Yeah, she's getting confirmed this year to boot.
That's exciting.
So just in her life, I see, when she'd mentioned questions in catechism class, the children, they are thinking theologically at a very young age. They're thinking, okay, this is what the Bible means. How then do I confess it in my own life? Where they're taught to ask questions and to think critically not in a bad way, but they want to use, Alayna's moving out of grammar stage where she's able to think about things and apply them to her life, and then rhetorically to be able to talk about it. And that's how we see the children are developing and growing, using the classical model, even when we catechize them as Lutheran Christians.
Outstanding. We are all out of time, but it has been such a delight to share this time with you, to hear your stories. Thank you so much, St. Paul, for being on the coffee hour this week for National Lutheran Schools Week and sharing your great talents with us, too.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
for having us.
I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.